The implications of a revelation that Facebook abused user data during the 2016 U.S. presidential election are growing by the day. The Facebook chairman, Mark Zuckerberg, apologized for letting a British data analysis firm access users' data. But the social network has, over the past days, seen thousands of subscribers delete their profiles. As a result, the value of Facebook shares has been plunging in markets. It appears that the life of one of the world's biggest social media giant is already at risk. This as a result of a huge privacy breach that many believe helped U.S. President Donald Trump take office.
I think it's really good for people to be aware that these apps are sourcing all your information and using it in different ways. So I think it's a good awareness, but I don't think I'm going to delete my Facebook. I mean, I not only operate socially on it, but I have a business that operates as well. So it is still something that I'm going to be using.
Now in this case, I mean, I'm not exactly an expert in terms of privacy, but certainly something went wrong. And the fact that they're stepping up to the plate and taking responsibility for it is, commendable.
It's not a surprise. It's something that if you've been paying attention is going on with all of the social apps. It's like that's what you have to give up in order to get that connection with the world, I guess.
Facebook is facing obviously tremendous financial losses right now in the market with the loss of confidence and public trust in their product. But I think over the longer term, they're going to have to face a whole host of regulatory questions and probably potential legislation around the protection of consumer data.
It's really just the tip of the iceberg. When you go back about 6 or 7 years right before the Arab Spring and right after the Arab Spring, the CIA was investing quite a bit of money in developing social intelligence surveillance and monitoring. In fact, they invested $6 million initially in Visible Technologies, and Visible Technologies was one of the leaders in this space, and they acquired a great relationship with Facebook through their relationships in the intelligence community.
The company at the heart of controversies around Facebook privacy breach is the UK-based Cambridge Analytica. It faces allegations that it created psychological profiles on 50 million Facebook users through a personality prediction app. The app was downloaded by hundreds of thousands, but the privacy breach occurred when it gathered the data of the friends of those who downloaded it without consent and shared it with third parties. And how does this all relate to Donald Trump? Cambridge Analytica was hired in 2016 by Trump's election campaign to predict and influence voters' choices at the ballot box.
Cambridge Analytica is a small representation of what's happening in the United States from social intelligence and influence on on not only on the media and internet side, but certainly on the political side. When it comes to decision, they're much larger, they're much more embedded, and they're closer to the social intelligence analysis and gathering, monitoring, and reporting to the CIA and other individuals, and they provide a much higher level of intelligence. So this is really just the tip of the iceberg, and certainly it's hopefully a lot more will come out, but I have a feeling that it's being used as smoke and mirrors in order to, unfortunately, just focus on any type of attack that they can find against Trump.
Facebook was already under fire for allowing fake news to proliferate on its platform during the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Investigators say this enabled Russian manipulation of American voters. The company is now facing a popularity crisis and could sooner or later demise as the controversies around its privacy breach grows larger. Many expect worse days for Facebook as complications around its privacy breach balloon. This in itself is part of a series of controversies that surround the election of U.S. President Donald Trump in 2016. This number of scandals around Trump appear to be unprecedented for U.S. presidents. The question is how far this is going to continue and whether and when it could press Trump to leave office.